Well, apparently we live, man. My phone is not showing it's live, but we live. Let's get it, man.
Let's get it.
Rocky start, but we skipping the intro. Let's get into it.
Hey now.
So Straight No Chaser podcast, episode 10, I think.
Yes, sir.
We 10 deep, 10 toes down.
10 toes down. Brother.
There you go, man. So, man, today, guys, we got a special guest, and we'll get to that in a second, man. But, you know, we're looking at week 11. We're going against the Chiefs, and it's going to be a big one, man. So, any first words you got before, you know, this big matchup goes down?
Injuries are a problem. I mean, there's not to make excuses. Kansas City has injuries also, but they're definitely going to play a factor today. So it's going to be, you know, interesting to see how the Cowboys playing adjust to not having Tyron Smith again. That pressure off that left side, man, it changes.
Surprise!
A lot when you can't protect. So we'll see what they do in regards to him being out yet again.
Man, I'm kind
the
of
sun came up today. Tyron Smith was injured. You know, something is guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little bummed. I wasn't holding out the biggest hope that Tyron would play, just given the reports that were filtered in through the week. But Richard, you nailed it. To me, man, it's like what every team has to deal with today's adjustment. You know, I mean, you got to roll with what you got, and I think it's going to be a huge day again for the coordinator. Dan Quinn and the Beef are going to have to, you know, they're going to have to come up with greatness and adjust, come in with a plan and adjust on the fly. And overall, they've been doing a good job of that. So we'll see what happens today.
Absolutely. And it's a good thing, man. It's a good feeling when you got the ability to build on the fly. When it's still win and not look like just not get embarrassed for the week, which we know how that life feels being a Cowboys.
Indeed.
So yeah, something to be said about that. Excellent comment. So let's go hop into the grill session, man. I want to bring NFL, you know, just a hog in the game, man. I gotta bring my boy Shaun Smith up, man. I know he's gonna talk that shit too, so I'm ready for it. So
Absolutely.
Without further ado,
for
former NFL chief Shaun Smith, man. What's good, man?
Man, nothing good, man. You know what it is. Typical Sunday game day atmosphere. Big week for both teams, the Chiefs and the Cowgirls.
There you go.
Like you was already saying in the beginning, y'all don't have Coop. It's gonna hurt y'all. I'm gonna give y'all all y'all excuses right now so y'all can start crying, get y'all some baby wipes. No Coop. We already know Tyron Smith wasn't gonna play. I mean, if it ain't his neck, it's his back. It's time for him to retire and put some of his money back. Or he could do infomercials like my man Darren Woodson do, the back and neck commercials.
Oh,
he
wow.
could do that right now.
Wow.
Yeah, y'all got Gallup. Gallup is okay, but I'm gonna give Gallup his props just for one because he's a Buco Juco. He went to my junior college. We both went to the same junior college, even though he's a lot younger than me. But for the Cowboys to win, y'all got to play excellent football. Period. It's gonna start with your O-line. Y'all soft in the middle with your center and your two guards. So it's Thanksgiving, so we're gonna already have an early feast already with my man Chris Jones and Joe Reed, badass number 90, finally started to play last week. So hopefully he could put something back together, and Frank Clark. So it's gonna be interesting. In order for the Cowboys to win, their O-line got to play great. For the Chiefs to win, their defensive line got to play great. Get pressure on Dak. Y'all run defense is not that good. Y'all have the number one offense, but y'all run defense is horrible. So we should be able to pound. Able to pound the ball against y'all. And if I'm Mahomes, I'm going at Diggs. I'm going at him because everybody understands Diggs is a gambler. Watch the film close enough. Sometimes he's out of position. Same thing with Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons is a great player, and he's doing great. I can't bash the kid. Can't say nothing bad about him. You see the growth from his first game of the season to now. When Tom Brady picked on him in the beginning of the season and on that touchdown in the end zone, he learned his lesson. So now he see ball, get ball, but he's under control. And in the beginning of the season, he was out of control. Now I think he has grasped the game a lot better to to make plays and get his second belt, since he's over there worried about his infomercials too, talking about he's John Cena now, whatever. Think he's Floyd Mayweather talking about he need to get another belt. No, what you need to get is another win. Because if not, all you Dallas Cowboys fans and gonna be so happy. Yeah, we going to the Super Bowl. That shit ain't happening because you lose in the first round. You might lose the rest of the season. Who knows?
My man Shaun with the heat off the rip. I love it.
Yeah.
It's not even here. It's just the facts, man. I mean, just living here in Dallas, man. If the Cowboys lose, when the Cowboys lose, the fans, the city is just so rude to you the next day. When they win, no, we go to the Super Bowl. Hey, be consistent.
You see, we made the distinction, bro. I don't know
exactly.
you probably.
I'm about to say, Rich, go ahead.
We made the distinction. There's Cowboys fans, which is what we are, as Cowboys affiliates. Those jokers you talking about, those are affiliates. And they didn't know the hell out of us too. We can't stand them either. Because we're there when they let us down. We've been through Quincy Carter and Chad Hutchinson and
Chad Henney, Tony
Romo, Tony Romo. We've been through all of that. And we're there for the good times too. We're there for the Troy Aikman. We were there for 1-5. We were there for 14-2, plus the ring. So the fans are what we are, and affiliates are the ones that just come around after dinner's cooked and they ain't nowhere to be found when it's time to make a meal. So you're right though. Cowboys fans, I know y'all looking at it from the outside, they suck. We can't stand them either.
I mean,
so we agree on that.
I mean, I grew up a Cowboys fan. I mean, shoot, my first team in the NFL, Jerry Jones. I'm always gonna be respectful and be thankful for them even giving me a shot in the NFL.
You were on the practice squad for the Cowboys, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
my rookie year.
Yeah, rookie year.
I was squad making regular game checks because Bill Parcells didn't want me to go nowhere else. Had the opportunity to leave and go to team, but I was one of the few guys making regular game checks as a rookie. So I made my full rookie salary. I made the same rookie salary Jason Witten made.
Nice.
Hello. Without irritating everybody in the locker room, but that's another story.
I'm not even irritating everybody in the locker room. I just used to talk shit to him. I used to talk shit to Larry.
No, you wasn't. I'm talking about Jason. Then nobody liked his ass. So
Witten was a
that's
cool
what I heard,
dude, man. I mean, you got your company dudes, you got your thugs. I ain't gonna say thugs. You got your rebellious players. You got different types of personalities in the locker room. I mean, no different when Terrell Owens was there or Terrence Newman. I mean, everybody's personality is different, and when you're trying to win, some of that prima donna shit just don't fly in the locker room.
Right? Especially not with the tuna. Especially not with the tuna.
Nah. With Bill, it definitely fly. That's why my 10-year career was able to be so great, because if you can handle Bill Parcells, you can handle any motherfucking coach in the NFL. Bill will come up to you and just start talking shit to you, or Bill will bring in a guy to replace you, whether it was on a practice squad or the 50-man roster. He'll bring him in, have him sit right next to you in the team meeting room. He didn't give a fuck. That's the type of shit he was on.
It's about the culture, like you said.
Shit. The Italian stallion, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's about the culture, and like he created that type of culture where like excuses and lack of accountability is not acceptable.
Nope.
He didn't play that shit. So that I think I said it at the time when they let Bill Parcells go, we flushed the Super Bowl opportunity down the toilet.
Yeah, but as usual, Jerry Jones runs everybody off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I don't know how long this Mike McCarthy gonna last, because if the Cowboys still can nut up. Started out hot, you gotta win in November, December. Everybody still gotta win in November, December.
Well, Shaun, one of the things we talked about week to week, man, is some of the stuff that you hit on when you popped on. We consistently on this show talked about how alarming the run defense has been. As good as that offense has been, and I mean, they got all the statistical measures and all that, but we said week to week to week that the thing that was that can doom the Cowboys this season, as nice as it started and as good as it looked this time, is that damn run defense, man. They and when you better than all of us and most of the people walking, that when you get into the playoffs, when you're going to face better teams, and you're going to face teams that damn sure going to have the ability to run the football and control clock. And what's the best way to beat Dallas? But Denver showed us that. Run the football and control clock.
Run the football.
Run the football and control clock.
Keep that offense off
the field. Exactly right.
Yeah, think about it.
That's the alarming part.
Think about it. When you look at the Cowboys this season, they always been ahead.
Mm-hmm.
They always been with the lead. Think about it. They never had the games they had to come back, try to come back. They lost.
Yeah,
they never had to. You know what I mean? So that's the big thing. But overall, I think if the Cowboys should sign somebody off the street, because I at one point I thought they were going to sign Geno Atkins, a veteran, to help. You know, most teams try to sign a veteran that's been on the street to help them get when you're trying to make that playoff push and that playoff run, especially like right now because it's November. It's about to be in December. This is home stretch now, so you sign a guy, whether you sign a veteran, put him on the practice squad. Put them on the practice squad for a week or two, get them in football shape and get ready to roll, especially for your run defense. If you're really trying to make a push to the Super Bowl, if the Cowboys are serious, they'll sign another defensive lineman. The good thing is Armstrong is coming alive. He's been playing well. You know what I mean? This guy's been stepping up, but it could be better. And hey, Hoop Jerron, I'm gonna need you to get a fucking better internet connection, man. Don't be having me on the show, bro. I'm just saying, you coming in here with all that. That's not even a CD damn last jersey. That's probably a Michael Irvin or Dez Bryant old ass jersey you got right there, man. How you gonna be a cowgirl fan?
All right, let me get some backstory. All right, you chopped me. That's For one, I had a long night because it was my birthday, and I went out. I live in LA, man. Me and my girl, some friends went out, and my computer was not working this morning. I was like, "What the hell?" My phone wasn't working. Like I can hardly hear y'all. I was like, "What the hell?" So I'm trying to get y'all rocking, man, and I'm just like, "God damn!" And yes, this is a Dez Bryant jersey, but I do got up to date jerseys too, sir.
He got the Tyra Smith internet service. It goes down unexpectedly.
Oh yeah,
at least a couple times a year it goes down without notice.
Yeah, I'm over here working behind the scenes, man. I'm sorry, man.
No, I know, man. I'm just giving you a hard time, man. I'm just talking shit, man.
Hey,
but you brought up some valid points, though, man. Like real talk. You know, the if you're trying to win a Super Bowl, you do bring that extra veteran in also because you have a very young team. And if having that veteran who's been there can help calm those guys down, he can help point things out because you know better than anybody, man. Cats don't listen sometimes to coaches. And, you know, you always had that one guy on the team that everybody respect the hell out, that old head on the team. Hey, man, you need to do X, Y, Z. Even if he's not making an impact per se on, you know, having his hand in the dirt on every down, you know, having that extra voice in the locker room, in the film room, in team meetings and in practices, you know, that helps a lot too. It helps to get, you know, guys get their mind right. And, you know, so.
Yeah, you need a veteran in the locker room just to help guys to get through certain situations, to understand the whole process of all that. There's no difference when I went back to the Chiefs in 2012. Just to bring that veteran presence and just to get guys to understand what's really going on and about winning. I mean, this shit is a job. When it's a job, you gotta take it serious. You know, yeah, you're supposed to have fun, but this shit is a business. What you done for me lately?
Yeah.
So guys gotta really work at the craft. It was a stat that went out. I think the NFLPA put out only 36% make it to 3 years in the NFL. 26% make it to 5. 26% make it to 5. 8% make it to 10, which I'm in that category, and then 1% make it to 15. So it's just like guys gotta understand this shit's a business. You can be looking at the glitz and glamour, but you still gotta work at what you want to do. You know what I mean? To be consistent. That's how guys make it in the NFL and last a long time.
Yeah. They say NFL stands for not for long.
Not for long.
Yeah, not fucking long. You know what I mean? But it's good though. I mean, I was blessed to play and get ahead in life and meet different people, just everything. Being able to go walk in the store and buy whatever I want when I want. You know what I mean? Just to do that. You know, I thank God for that. And just my mom, my wife, all the people that helped push me, kept me, inspired me to keep going when times I thought about quitting. Different shit. But for the most part, it was fun. It was fun.
And you took the long road, brother. You went from undrafted free agent to 10 years in the league, man. That's a hell of a journey, man.
I always respect the most, man, because
it's just determination, man. It's just determination. So ain't not too crazy determination I had. And when you set goals, man, I don't give a fuck. Nobody's gonna tell me I can't do something. I'm gonna prove you wrong. So you know what I mean. You have that chip on the shoulder, just like you guys with your podcast. I want to do something different. You know what I mean. It's no difference from you don't gotta be a celebrity to have a popping podcast. If you stating facts and straight shit for the culture and everything, people gonna fuck with you regardless.
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go. That's what we do here, man. I mean, have all played, ball at a
you can't say that's what we do here because you're fucking like I told you. Your internet was sorry as hell. You got on making excuses, so then that means tomorrow, well, at 8 o'clock tonight, you gonna make excuses.
All right, y'all.
Internet wasn't working, so that's why the Cowboys lost. Cowboys gonna lose 35-18 today, man.
All right, man.
Bro. You holding them like that, man?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Kansas City, man. Like, on the Chiefs.
No, you can't just rattle that shit off. I told y'all, man. I had a chopping start. I'll take that. I'll eat that. Sister podcast. It ain't always like this.
Hey, it's your 10th episode and you still don't got shit right, man. You making a guy look bad, bro. You making the crew look bad, bro. You making the crew look bad.
Hey, man.
You making the crew look bad, and Facebook people gonna roast your ass later on too. They're gonna get on YouTube. They're gonna get on your ass, man. You're making an excuse because of your birthday. So how many shots you had?
I had many.
Shots of water. You was drinking water.
If you want to count ice, then yeah, I get a few. I had some friends from out of town come down, man. I live in LA. I'm from Houston, but no, man, it was. Again, I always said at 35, so I was ready for 35, and it was 30. I was like, God damn it! And then my connection wasn't working. I was like, yeah, of course, this will be the one. So if you go back and look at all our episodes, it's never like this. But I'll take it whatever. It's cool. It's cool. But man, I want to go back to something you were saying, Shaun. And in these spaces, a lot of people just talk about playing, just this dude trash, this dude this, this dude that. And then I love to hear perspective from guys who did it because some people just don't know how hard the level is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure you've seen a lot of dudes come in and out, come and go, drafted high, drafted low, and you just see them roll in and roll out. And I think it's something to be said, about your story and your commitment level to your craft because a lot of dudes, as you know, they ain't there for all that. They there for what it can give them. And then, usually they get bounced out. So can you speak a little bit about that? Like dudes you seen come and go, no matter if they came like with a lot of, praise or what have you, or if they just got out the mud like you.
I mean, it's guys that get out the mud like me, but there's guys that come in being a first round and think everything's supposed to be given to them and don't have a work ethic. It takes for them to get cut a couple of times to realize you ain't what you think you are. Mm-hmm. And the NFL is about what can you do? What have you done for me lately? If you ain't producing, they get rid of your ass, man. Just flat out. I don't care if you're a first round, a second round, an eighth round. It don't matter. Undrafted, it doesn't matter. You look at the good teams, the egos are checked at the door. You know what I mean? You don't have that Odell Beckham kind of situation going on. You know what I mean? That the drama. Every team has them, but it's a matter of keeping them in control, and that starts with your head coach.
I can see that.
If your head coach let it get away, it becomes a cancer, and guys get tired of it. You know what I mean? So, but nah, I mean, guys come and go in the locker room every week. Guys come working out to replace guys. What you do with your money, what you do with your life, and how you do things is all on you. It's in control. Like the league is set up for you to make money, but you can also go broke. Just like they give you them checks, you're late for a meeting, that's $8,000. You know what I mean? A minute late. So like when you was late messing up this shit right here, and this was a Zoom meeting, you would have got a fine. You don't got a fine. Shit, something depending on what you is. If you're the 53rd man on the roster, you might likely got cut just cause you was late.
That's real talk.
So I mean, so it's just a lot of shit people don't know. People don't know you got agent fees. You know, guys got child support. Just a whole bunch of like they human. So you know what I mean. Like people do stuff. I mean, and not to get off subject, but like even with the CD Lamb situation, that kid ain't never been in no trouble, man. Just got it. Poor decisions, man. Poor decisions. Like the NFL has programs where if you're too drunk to drive, you call this number and they come get you, man. Somebody to drive your car or get you home. Or they have the Uber. Even the teams have it. So it's bullshit on both sides. You know, the NFL do shit to cover themselves, but the guys got to do stuff to protect themselves too. So it's vice versa. You know what I mean? It's different stuff.
You're getting kind of slow over there. Are you guys able to hear Shaun, fellas?
Yeah, I hear.
He
froze for me.
Yeah, he froze.
But I know.
Back.
I love the point that he made, though. You know about the pressure that the Cowboys need to try. He's coming back in. You know the pressure that the Cowboys need to try to create. And then also that offensive line, you got 3 young guys starting from left to center. So that's going to be a big question mark. Now, the stat that jumps out to me is that collectively as a team, year to date, the Chiefs only have 11 sacks as a team.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Michael Parsons alone has 6 by himself. So I'm not saying that to say that it's an advantage. What I'm saying is they're not a pressure creating defense, by default. That's not their MO. Right. I'm not saying that's not going to change today against an injury-riddled offensive line with a lot of youth out there on the weak side. But is at least they're not going up against a Joey Bosa or someone like that. They don't have a dominant pass rusher off the line. They don't have guys linebackers. They don't have edge rushers and stuff like that. So
I'm gonna bring Shaun back in.
I think
speaking of not being prepared, what's going on, Mr. Shaun Smith?
Man, I knew you was gonna try to say that. Nah, I'm over here by my church because I'm getting ready to go up inside the church here in a second.
Okay.
So before I was by the church and over here, when I get over here, the connection get bad. I'm using my phone, unlike you using your computer. You done tried everything.
Well, my phone.
I'm multitasking.
Yeah,
and I went out yesterday just like you. Still up early in the morning doing this and still hit 50 at church and still gonna catch the game. So you tell me something now. So you can't
still got that cricket wireless over there. I don't want to hear.
Guess what? You see how quick I came right back? It was just like a 20-second, 30-second timeout.
All
right. When you messed up, you was going for a good 15 minutes. Cause we had a nice conversation. We were without you.
Well, okay, all right. So the problem is my phone. I couldn't hear hardly what y'all was saying, so I knew I had to come in on my laptop. And that's what the transition is. I heard what y'all was saying, but it's very low, so I can't be an active.
Okay, so meanwhile, the transition is before I get off the phone. Tell me one point why y'all going to win the game. Just tell me one good point why y'all going to win the game before I get off.
Well, y'all don't rush the quarterback well. First off. And we are good. If you give us time, we're gonna pick you apart, and that's where we going. That's our first advantage going into tomorrow or tonight rather. So that's something that we.
This how I know you don't know your team. This how I know you don't know your team.
Go for it.
Y'all don't have no advantage in the inside because guess who's starting and guess who? Connor Williams is not starting this week.
Yeah, McGovern.
Forgot about that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we mentioned
which guard, which center. Which 2 of your guards and centers going to stop 95? That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, man.
Who?
They don't have to.
Don't amen.
Going to the left.
At you. We in the church here. Don't amen. God is going to stop 95.
Shit, if I had to answer, I'll be coaching right now. I'll be on the sideline, and I tell you, you'll find out in a few minutes. I ain't coaching. So, they're going to have to patchwork like we always been doing. And so hopefully we can stop the middle. We haven't been stopping the middle. That's why we can't run the ball effectively sometimes. It is what it is, man. We hope. I mean, we've been doing, moving guys around the whole year. So, I mean, I can't.
So you wishing.
What about this stat,
you living by
Shaun?
the wish creed. You living by the hope.
This one
keep
stat.
Hope alive,
This one
brother.
stat.
Keep hope alive.
I got to
keep hope alive.
Shaun,
Hey,
Shaun, I think they're going to get him out on the edges, bro. I think they're going to get him back. I think they're going to
Hey, tell Brent Jackson, I ain't Starbucks with the Wi-Fi. I ain't in Starbucks with the Wi-Fi. Come on,
you got the last LLC.
This Escalade got good connection. It's just when you're in the country, a little bit on the country, and this back roads over here don't work.
Hey,
fellas, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. I'll come back again.
For sure, man. I appreciate you, Shaun.
Next time we got you, man. I promise you won't be
none of this, man. I got you, man. I appreciate you getting on my ass because by
the way, Texas barbecue is better than KC barbecue.
Oh yeah,
prove me wrong.
Hands down.
Yeah. No, come on. Y'all got to drown in barbecue sauce. We don't do that down here.
All right, if that's the case, why everybody call it the KC masterpiece? Them Lay's barbecue chips.
I don't know why.
Them Lay's barbecue chips you be eating is the KC masterpiece.
It's nothing but salt. Nothing but salt.
Stop it.
It don't make it good.
Stop. Hey, after we get this W, y'all gonna have to treat me to some whatever's the best Texas barbecue.
Oh, Burns.
Hey, Triple J's here in Houston, brother.
Burns and Triple J's. Oh yeah.
Burns. Well, I say Triple J's.
I'm from making home, so Burns is right there. That's me.
Yeah.
Burns where it's at.
You in Dallas, John?
Hey man, whoever Brent Jackson is, man, he must be one of y'all No More fans, man. Send that man a T-shirt, man. All right, y'all boys be blessed, man.
Hey, thanks again, brother.
Appreciate you, man.
Sorry.
Man, that was awesome.
That's
awesome.
Boy. He's cool, man. Yeah,
that's what's up.
I tell you one damn thing, I won't do it again.
And like we said, we have an open platform. So we invite fans, we invite haters, friends or foes, it don't matter. We get down. But no, Shaun's a good dude, man. And as you can see, we mess with football people, man. You will not see somebody on this show who don't know football. We don't do that. We don't do that. So I don't even. We have, and there are people who played in the league that can't tell you a damn thing about football. I don't know how they did it. They made it on talent or whatever. But this guy is one of the guys that I wanted to make sure we have on this show because you saw how he broke the X's and O's down. See how he did the insight, the analysis. He studies. He watches the game. He has perspective, and he's a man that did it from the seeds to the fruit. So,
yes, sir.
We appreciate you, Shaun. Man, we like I say, we definitely got to get you back at some point. And you ever in Texas?
No doubt, man. We got to get him.
You already know what it is.
He's
great. That was funny.
One of the matchup things that right before he popped off, because he brings up what I thought would be one of the most intriguing matchups or intriguing aspects of this game was I think the team, and I know you guys saw that they're activating Edwards-Helaire, right? The Chiefs are. So when I saw that, obviously the big storyline is going to be about the two quarterbacks, with Dak and Mahomes. But I think the team today that is able to consistently and successfully run the football best, I think that's who wins the game today.
Right.
I really think it's going to come down to war of attrition because Kansas City, to y'all's earlier point that you were making, Shaun, Kansas City is not that great up front. As a matter of fact,
no.
And 95 is a guy, but the way you combat that is to go at it.
Right.
And I think Dallas's run schemes when you have a Zach Martin and let me throw this out there, gents. I think Connor McGovern is actually going to step up. I don't think him sliding into Connor Williams' spot was by accident. I think this dude has prepared himself, and if you think back, he was actually graded really high. He was actually giving Zach Martin grades coming in out of college. And he just had some unfortunate set of circumstances. So he's taking the long road to get to this point.
Right.
But this is a guy, when Dallas drafted him a few years ago, they expected to come in and make some noise as a road grading type of run blocker. And, I mean, they all got to go through the fire and pass protection at the NFL. But, I think this is, McGovern has worked his way back to this point that they expect him to be in a few years ago. And I think the young man going to step up. But bottom line, I think the matchup is really going to come down to, like we've talked about several times during the year, it's about time of possession. Dallas usually dominates that. When they didn't, it was ugly, as we saw again in the Denver game, and even to some points in the Tampa loss. But I like Dallas's chances in able to sustain a running game more so than Kansas City.
Well, one stat that jumped out to me looking at the Chiefs defense is that they allow 114 yards per game rushing. Now that's favorable to the Cowboys, even with the makeshift offensive line. You still got that two-headed monster back there, running back, that's going to cause some problems. It's not it's fair weather today. It's like 45 degrees or something like that. No rain, none of that. So it's fair conditions, that's conducive for those guys to be productive. So I don't see any reason why they can't run the football. Now, if they were to copy the template that Denver used to slow down the running game, then you got some one-on-one matchups that I think could still cause problems. CeeDee Lamb is still going to be a problem. I don't know how they're going to use Gallup today, though, because Gallup is, he's typically the slot guy. He's going to be out wide today, so I don't know, exactly how schematically they're going to be using him today.
It's going to be some Cedric Wilson, Noah Brown sightings today.
You said
right.
Cedric Wilson.
Oh, okay.
And he stepped in rather nicely, actually, when the time Gallup was out. So I'm sure the Beav's going to come up with something. I mean,
Blake Jarwin is out today, by the way. I forgot to mention it. Blake Jarwin is out.
This is good. We too deep in tight end. That's good. Man, I want to say this too. I think the way we start the game is going to be a big catalyst to how we is going to turn out. Because you start off a game against Denver, you go for it on fourth twice, you get turned on downs twice. That's kind of debilitating of getting, your O-line going, getting precision down. I mean, it's revisionist history, Monday morning quarterback and whatever you want to call it. But those things just really get, it makes the other team, well, this team don't need confidence, but you had a team that probably knew they didn't belong in the same building, come in and steamroll you because like, oh, shit, y'all giving us opportunity. So I think if we can do what we do early, and that's usually when we struggle, like over the years, like if we got a slow start, it was very hard for us to get back in football games. That's when Dak was going 450, 500 yards, but we playing down the whole game. And to me, not us playing our best football. So the way our first few possessions are really going to be keyed in because that's really, I know it's cliche, but that from what I've seen this year, when we start off fast, when we start off strong, we got time to kind of taper off. If y'all remember the Chargers game, starting out really fast, and then they had an opportunity to come back, but we didn't let them because we had enough head of steam. So I think that first few possessions, man, I'm gonna be locked in and see what kind of stuff McCarthy's on, and see what the B you got drawn up, and see if we gonna have these third and longs, these fourth and shorts, and trying to make magic. And if we got that, it's gonna be a long day. It's gonna be a shootout.
Yeah, no doubt. Because I mean, they still have that. What's his name? Patrick. Patrick. Like that. I don't know. Just Super Bowl MVP,
league, right?
Arguably best quarterback in the league. They still got that guy on the other side of the ball. So,
no doubt.
He can make things happen, man. And like you mentioned, he's having Edwards-Helaire back today, so yet another weapon for him. The Chiefs are a potent offense. They're almost, I say the Chiefs and the Cowboys are pretty much mirror images of each other in terms of their offensive prowess. So you always have to worry about Patrick Mahomes. There's no question about it. They're going to put points up on the board. It's just a matter of, whether or not we, as I think as you mentioned, Cliff, getting off to a quick start. You do not want to try to play catch up from behind with the Chiefs because you saw what happened to the Raiders when they tried to it's not a good idea.
You know what, man? To extend your point, Richard, I totally agree with you. I think these are two, and I mean, it's obviously the stats bear it out. Really, really explosive quarterbacks. I mean, offenses with quarterbacks who can extend the play and make the big play out of what something is broken or routine. And I think that's going to be a big key too. Is what team is better at limiting the big play, the big chunk play, because both these guys can get out on the edge with their feet. Mahomes obviously has the superior arm talent in terms of just making, the ridiculous cross his body 40-yard on a dime to Kelsey or Tyreek Hill or whomever.
Yeah.
But
Kelsey is ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get that guy his gold jacket now and get it out the way.
Yeah, no doubt. So it's going to be really interesting, from a matchup standpoint. Anyway, but it's the broken play, it's the busted play. You got two quarterbacks in this game that can make really big things happen on the busted play. And I think the team, in addition to who runs the football bet, I think the team that can limit, the big play out of the busted play is going to be a big bet factor today too.
Yes.
And then that Tyreek Hill versus Diggs matchup, man. That's pay-per-view right there, brother. That's
let me tell you
Holyfield versus Foreman or something.
Yeah.
Like it's right. No CTV.
Double move. Watch out for it.
Yeah.
Because we've seen young Diggs be susceptible because of his aggression. We've seen coordinators attack him accordingly. And and a double move with Tyreek Hill is 6 points. It's 6 points.
You can be covering Tyreek Hill in a car and he hit you with a double move and scoring
Right.
Man, like that dude he's got special kind of speed. Like, like you had that one dude that had the rig to a controller back in the day. And he hit that little button on the side, and his players go way faster. Like he got that in real life.
Little game genie or whatever, yeah.
Yeah,
I think Cowboy fans,
yeah, there you go.
I think the casual or the affiliates, like I think they're gonna get a real feel, because as this season now we talk for the Cowboys, it's their 10th game. So now we're getting back into that, the nitty-gritty. Right now the playoff picture is starting to take shape, and now you're going to see, as Shaun mentioned before he popped off, we're in that part. We're in late November now, getting into December, and now you're starting to see, like, is this team really contending? Because this is an offense and a quarterback that, unlike that, Dallas has seen this year outside of Brady. But I mean, even in that, Mahomes has an extra level of special because of his abilities of getting out on the edge and making plays with that God-blessed arm of his. So I think the affiliates are going to get a real dose of reality. It's like to get a gauge on what this team is, and because this is a team that can exploit every defensive weakness Dallas has. Let's keep that a bang. You got an all-world tight end in Kelsey. You got an all-world outside talent in Tyreek Hill, and you got an all-galaxy quarterback. Right, so
that's enough.
There's some pretty damn good running backs back there also.
You're exactly right. So I mean, this is Dallas is going to show a lot, and if Dallas gets out of this one with a win, it'll be damn impressive. If Dallas really struggles today and perhaps even gets their doors blown to Cliff's point, they start with a slow start and it's 21-3 early, which can happen. This can happen. Let's keep that in mind. So, the affiliates, take the cowboy colored glasses off today, because you're gonna see what it is today, because they're gonna get tested. And in one of the loudest damn stadiums.
Yes.
In all of pro football in America.
Yes.
If you've not been, take your.
That is a very hostile environment to play in.
Man, it's one of the great atmospheres in all of football. I had an uncle that lived there 50 plus years. And I mean, he's talked about this, how just how maniacally loud it can get in that stadium. So, I mean, this is a real, as far as the regular season game goes, this is a real test and a really good gauge as to what the Cowboys are or where they might need to get to if they if the fans and the Phillies want to see how this thing ends this season.
Absolutely. And I just think these are one of the signature games because, you know, people like to play that shell game. Oh, well, Chiefs record ain't all that. But you know damn well if we drop this game, we ain't going to hear the last of it. And, you know, because at the end of the day, the Chiefs are going to have a good year. I'm sorry. They just are.
Right.
Like you say.
They're a hell of a football team. They were just in the Super Bowl last February. And remember, like the first 3 or 4 games of the season, everybody left them for dead.
Yeah.
Who's leading the AFC West right now? Trivia question. Hello. They came right back. They're in the lead for the AFC West. So
and so my ultimate point is these wins matter because at the end of the year, then they'll act like this win meant something. Where right now in revisionist history land, people gonna be like, oh well, look at their record. They ain't damn all that. You win this because this is a good football team that knows how to win. And we're getting later in the season, which most teams get better because they work out their kinks. They're coached by Andy Reid. He's battle tested. He knows, been to 2 Super Bowls or 3, knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? So these are important to like when teams are more locked in. Because you know, I'll make this analogy. You remember like some teams when they just used to winning, the early onset of the season, they're not as motivated because they want to get to the part they like that's the postseason. Shaq used to talk about it all the time. He's like, I hated the damn season because I was ready just to get ready to the finals time when your team is that good. Right. And I think that may be a little bit of that attrition we saw this year, maybe to that mental makeup. Because, I mean, you know, you done seen it. Sometimes it's hard to get motivated. So, with all that being said, damn all that. This is a very important game. We got to win. These type of teams we got to beat this late in the season. We're approaching late in the season. That's why this is so important to me.
Indeed.
No question.
Vern, what up, man? Vern, the chat, hold it down. Yeah, so I guess they'll lead us into like, so, okay, we talked about the insights, talk about what we see with the matchups. Let's talk about, well, I guess it's not prediction time. What are some of the key focus points we see of this game that the casual fan should look at going for this week?
Well, I think we absolutely have to have a run dominant performance. It's tempting to be, you know, aggressive and try to get into it. You try to get into an arm wrestling contest with Patrick Mahomes, you're gonna lose. Yeah. So we don't want to get into a big sexy shootout where we're trying to trade touchdowns with Patrick Mahomes. We need to keep his ass off the field. Yeah. that's something that you have to do you have to play defense by keeping him on the bench. So a run dominant performance. I hope that the trend of them giving up 114 yards a day continues because we need that from Zeke and Tony today. We need to keep them on the field, keep the defense fresh, keep them limited in their ability to have the feed off of play action, which the Chiefs do quite a bit. They run, pretty decent amount of RPO as well. So our linebackers don't read very well. We know this. They damn sure don't tackle very well. So to be able to take that part of their playbook away, or at least minimize it, makes it a bit more favorable for the Cowboys. So they have to have a 35-40 carry game between Zeke and Tony. They got to have I'd say probably 150 plus yards of rushing and control the clock in order for the Cowboys to win today. It's that simple.
And you know what? I want to piggyback that because normally when a quarterback, quote unquote, is playing this bad, this is Patrick Mahomes' lowest QBR season by far. He's about to tie he's at 10 interceptions already, and his worst was 12. So when we factor that stuff in, he's not having a Patrick Mahomes-ish year that he kind of set the standard at. However, we know how it go in Cowboy land. This mess around be the one where he got his groove back, and we ain't giving his groove back. Hell no. Keep him off the field.
And his quote-unquote bad year, let's look at these stats. This is his down year. 65.8% completion percentage, 25 touchdowns, 10 picks. Yeah. That's a bad year for this dude.
That'll get you a contract.
That gets some folks, exactly. That gets some folks a contract.
A nice contract.
Contract extension.
Matter of fact, I think that got placed for Minnesota. those type of stats.
You like that?
Like that? Yeah. I think those stats got Kirk Cousins paid. So that's his down year. That's why I was, to my point earlier, man. I said this is an all Galaxy quarterback. Rich, I think you made a terrific point, and I completely agree with it. Dallas has to have a rundown of the performance. I think you used a yardage measure that I think is I think that's one for the casual fan to write down and circle in red. 150 yards. Cowboys need to run if they get 150 yards and north of that. I think the Cowboys put themselves in an outstanding position to win the game. I'm not saying they're going to win the game, but you just want to be in position, because if you've done that, then you would have limited Patrick Mahomes' opportunities to beat you, which we know he can make happen on one throw. So you've got to limit that guy's touches. I would go to the other side of the ball to Cliff's question in terms of what the Cowboys should look at. Pay particular attention to how Michael Parsons is used today. And getting, because pressure, I don't care how great the quarterback is, a particular one like Mahomes, but name a great quarterback. There hasn't been a quarterback alive in the history of football that operates at his premium when he's under pressure. I don't give a damn who you name. If you get pressure on the quarterback, you affect everything. And that's the premium. So I'm really interested, and I think the casuals should look at how Dan Quinn schemes the Dorrance Armstrongs, the Terrell Bashams of the world to twist, to stunt, to do whatever, how he uses Michael Parsons, kind of like what he did last week, to get pressure on Mahomes. If Mahomes can be comfortably reading the field, it's going to be a damn long day for the Dallas Cowboys. So pressure and however you scheme it up, however you draw it up, that's huge. That to me, that's as big as Dallas running the football today. On the defensive side, they have to devise a way to get some consistent pressure on Patrick Mahomes. It's going to be a long day because like Dallas, because if you don't get pressure on Dak Prescott with the weapons he's got going out in routes and the running backs behind him, he's going to kill you. And as much and as productive as Dalton Schultz has been, he's not in the same solar system with Travis Kelce, right?
No.
So I mean, and when you look at a weapon like Tyreek Hill, with that ridiculous threat that he is, on any given play on the outside, if you give the guy throwing him the football that kind of time, they're going to kill you. So that pressure has to happen, man. If they're not getting it straight up, we got to have some twists. We got to have some stunts. We got to do something. I mean, as a matter of fact, I would dare say, which is not a Dan Quinn staple, I would dare say, man, sprinkle in, don't go heavy, but sprinkle in a timely blitz or two. Something just to get him off of his gate. Yeah, off his gate, get a tip ball, make him throw one a little early. Or like they did with Matt Ryan, make him throw one high because of pressure. Diggs comes out. Right. Because because that Patrick Mahomes this year has done those things, and a lot of it has had to do with pressure. And I'll land my plane with, their O-line and not been the greatest in keeping guys out of Mahomes' face this year. So that's the premium right there on the defensive side of the ball for the Cowboys to try to get out of this.
And bring pressure specifically from the left side, because they have I ain't gonna lie, I'm low key jealous today because they have their all-pro left tackle in Orlando Brown that's just going to be starting today, and we don't. So schematically, I'm not telling Dan Quinn how to do his job, but if I were D coordinator, I would be trying to think of ways that I can create some disruption from the weak side to try to bring that additional pressure and try to force Patrick Mahomes, make him as uncomfortable as possible. That's the goal. Keep him off the field and then make him uncomfortable when he is on the field.
Yes, sir. That's it.
Hey, man, it's very hard to make mistakes when boys ain't
easier said than done. No Randy Gregory, no DeMarcus Lawrence, no Jabril Cox, none of that. So it's easier said than done.
It's gonna be Micah and Michael we trust, man. Come off that edge, man. Because like you said, we ain't got the stuff out. So put your hand in that dirt today, big fella.
Need Dorrance Armstrong with another performance like he had last week. We need all of that. We need all of that.
Maybe they could wire a remote control on the back of Leighton Vander Esch so that the coach can control his run pursuit angles from the sideline, since he can't seem to get it right for himself. I'm gonna mention that every week until he gets it right.
Then he just Gary Kubiak him, man. Just when when you had the quarterbacks and they only can run a certain amount of plays, you're like, hey man, you want to do on that angle,
right?
You can't do shit,
right?
You gotta coach him through. Why? Well, so since we are winding down on the show, man, it's been a hell of a show, man. I didn't expect to work this hard. Goddamn! Shout out to Shaun.
Shout out to Shaun Smith.
Boy, on my ass.
That was awesome.
I was not ready for that.
Yeah, shit. If the Chiefs bring pressure like that, it's gonna be a long crowd. He been retired for like 7 or 8 years, I think. He's still bringing pressure.
My man came.
Still rush the quarterback, man.
He still know how to blitz.
Well, I thought it was an easy little show. Get him.
No.
I'm recovering. I was like, oh, okay, all right.
That fire. I love it, baby. I love it.
Hey,
it reminds me playing ball.
Like I said, open format. We welcome the haters too.
Absolutely.
It
just reminds me like the old days. You play like in an all-day tournament when you like in high school.
Yeah.
The first game you ain't even ready, and they come with it. You like, oh shit, okay, let me type this.
Yeah. And that first time I clipped, hey man, you gonna hold us, dude?
Yeah. I got him.
They killing you, man. What's up?
Shit. Oh man. I'll make another anecdotal thing. I remember when I played the Prairie View, man. Shout out to PV, man, winning the SWAC West.
Yes.
SWAC
East. They won SWAC East yesterday.
SWAC West, and then Jackson State.
West, I'm sorry, yeah.
We're going to meet Jackson State. But I mean, we played against Alabama A&M, and it was an early game. And they had Mikael Gladness. I had him on the show. He was like all world in blocks. Like he led, I think he still has the NCAA record for blocks in one game. He had like 17.
Wow.
Yeah, just TSU, and then he had 12 against us. He had 29 blocks in 2 games. He obviously he went to the NBA.
Wilt Chamberlain Jr. Jeez.
Man, for real. He blocked my hook shot. I was like, how did you block my hook shot? How? But anywho, that game, one of his teammates, I forgot who he was, but it was an early game. I couldn't do nothing with this man, dog. And because he even come back the next day. That dude he was eating my lunch. I'm just like, who is this dude? Like, I'm not ready. So you gotta always be ready, man. That's why I love that. That's why I love that about the show, man. All right, so let's do this real quick. Everybody's favorite part of the show, the coveted Lucky
Whitehead.
You know what it is, man.
It's lucky time.
It's lucky time. All y'all lucky. All right, so
we gotta get lucky on the show. We gotta get lucky on the show, man.
We gotta get lucky on the show.
That would be spectacular. That would be awesome.
I hear he's still doing his thing up there in the CFL too. So
he's fast. He'll burn it. He'll always get opportunities.
Oh, always, man. Yeah.
That extra wide field, he should be eating up there.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, for real. So Lucky Whitehead Award. Rich, you got anybody?
I would just have to give it just to Dak, because I just think his performance last week was just stellar. He just brought it from the time that they walked into the stadium. You can clearly tell that he got on some folks. He executed from the moment that they kicked the ball off all the way up until the end. And I even saw him when they put Cooper in the game. I saw him coaching them up on the last couple of little garbage time drives and stuff like that. So that's the kind of stuff you want to see from your quarterback, man. So
that boy played some quarterback last week.
He played
some high level quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, like you had that you had that guitarist Lenny Kravitz or somebody like that, or just cut loose. Like the band just knows to just stand back and let him do his thing. Yeah. That was his moment, his solo moment last week. He would just
that boy had his eyes closed with the other.
This ain't nothing like we practice, but it sounds good. So let's keep it going. He was on the roll. So
that's an awesome analogy. I love that. Go ahead, Rich. You got.
Man, I'm gonna give my lucky whitehead award to Dorrance Armstrong.
Okay.
To be honest with you. Yeah, man, he was Dorrance Armstrong was lights out, bro. I mean, for a cat, I mean, you go into the game, wondering how they won't get it done, from on the D line with Gregory being out, Tank's been out all year. It's like, man, where were they gonna get production? Man, and I mean, he was disruptive as hell rushing the passer. He was disruptive as hell, in the backfield, tackles for loss. Then he comes off and I think was the game sealing play from a momentum standpoint, blocked that punt right before halftime. I mean, and just from an unsung cat, like a lucky whitehead, and made the plays that he did that greatly impacted the game. And give him Dorrance Armstrong, man.
Okay, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how this award has no rhyme or reason to it. You can make it whatever the hell you want to make it. So,
right.
Because normally I go with the unsung hero, but I'm gonna back with Richard with Dak because this was his game to prove he is who he is. Because having a clunker, being the leader, and still, I'm actually leading to a question in the panel, in the chat rather. But Dak came out and just left no doubt that he's still that guy. So you can stop all the with Dak, strength of schedule or like he's fools go. You can cut all that bullshit out. Dak came out there and showed you what he about. We beat up on a bad team, and it was never close. It was never a question. Definitely
after a horrible game. Yeah, that was big.
Good redemption game. Love that. So and then this is an interesting question. It says, would a terrific game and a win seal the MVP for Dak? What do y'all think, Pam?
Seal it? No. Strengthen his case? Seal it? No. Strengthen his case? Absolutely. Because of who they're playing, and the other guy has been that. He is that measure. And kind of in a lot of football people's minds, the de facto MVP coming to pretty much every season the last 2 or 3 years going forward. So, yeah, if they would go into Arrowhead and say he plays anything close to what he played like last week and Dallas gets this game, like I said, it won't seal it, but he's damn sure put himself in that conversation just because of the matchup featuring Patrick Mahomes on the other side. No question.
Right. For me, I think it would put him back in the MVP race. As I mentioned, I took him off my list after that Denver game because none of the other MVP candidates got dominated the way that the Broncos dominated the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's true.
They in all fairness, we don't sugarcoat shit on here. They shut him down. So I took him off the MVP list after the Denver game. Now, of course, he had a great game last week against the Falcons. This week, he can make a case for himself to be put back in the race with a solid performance against Kansas City.
Yeah, I can see that too. I'm more with that. It will put him back in the discussion. Now I will say this: with these awards, man, there's so many ancillary things that make for the winner. Like, and narratives matter. And I feel like when people huddle up, when it's time to really put out, okay, what'd you do against the best? And I don't care what you say, like we were talking about earlier, with Mahomes having a quote unquote down year, which is a get paid year for like 99% of other quarterback.
Right.
So I think this is still like in the consciousness of people. If you beat Kansas City in Arrowhead, beating Mahomes head to head, when people start having these conversations, this is going to be a signature win. So I think it's very important for him to potentially win it. Now to seal it, now it's going to have to. We're going to have to damn near run the table, and it's just the narrative is just going to be Dak led a very successful team. But this victory has to happen in my mind to maintain that discussion.
Actually, real quick, I did read this briefly. We do actually owe congratulations to Lucky Whitehead because he's on the finalist list for the CFL Most Outstanding Player Award, which is basically like MVP.
The boy,
yeah,
yeah,
he's the candidate for the BC Lions.
Nice.
So so they're gonna announce the I guess whoever the winner is on the 10th of December.
Shout out to Lucky, man.
Shout out to Lucky, man.
I'm happy for the brother, man. Like I said, he comes from the dirt, man. So
yeah, no doubt.
We always fuck with guys that come from the dirt, man. So
yeah,
we'll get Lucky on here one of these days.
Yeah, man. Hey, y'all in the chat, man. If y'all got Twitter, y'all hit Lucky up with Instagrams. tell him it's his podcast that need his services, man. We gotta have Lucky on the show.
Let them know that we have an award that we named after him.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. For getting it done.
Ain't nobody else doing that, baby. We
Get it done.
Nobody. We can boldly proclaim that nobody has a Lucky Whitehead Award on their show. Nobody has that, but you get it right here, straight no chasing. Believe it.
Goddamn right.
Yes, sir.
So we round the show out, guys, man. Let's talk about predictions, man. What you got for tonight? What you got?
You want me to go first?
Whoever want to go, shoot.
Rick.
I'll let you go.
Me?
Yeah, I'll let you go first.
Cool. All right. Ooh. I'm gonna put the burger away this week, y'all. I ain't bringing the burger out. The burger will not show up today. I think if we get going early, like I said, and we not bullshitting, we can control ball. And I predict 27, 23 Cowboys. 27-23. And a Trayvon Diggs interception. I predict it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Number 9. Dig it.
There you go.
Richard, what you on?
One thing we haven't talked about, to me, is a huge concern is the loss of Amari Cooper. Not having him, I think, changes the entire paradigm for the Cowboys offense. Huh?
I didn't know he was out. I'm tripping.
Yeah, Cooper's out. He's out today and also Thursday as well.
Yeah,
He's got COVID.
He's got COVID.
He's got COVID. Yeah.
I did see that.
Yeah, he's out today and then Thursday. So to me, that's too significant of a loss. No disrespect to Michael Gallup, but as I mentioned, you can't just replace Amari Cooper in this scheme. That's going to be
Rich. Ain't it funny how like 2 years ago people were saying Gallup was better than Amari Cooper? I'm like, what the hell are y'all looking at, man? To even open your mouth to say that, just because it was hilarious. And Gallup was a deep target, like, dude. Right. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, that's too big of a loss in my opinion to overcome. So I hate to say it, but I'm gonna go 31-27 Chiefs.
That's strong.
That's the first on the show. A Cowboys prediction. Rich.
I hope I'm wrong, but I'm being real.
That's fair.
They always seem to get some home cooking in Kansas City too. Yeah. Even though it might be covered in barbecue sauce like that. Barbecue. I'm gonna stay on that.
I was well played.
Well played. Shout out to my boy Dex, man. World famous Dex in the building, man. Good brother, man.
What up, Dex?
Go ahead, Rich. What you got? I mean, not Rich. Darren.
I like Rich's point in bringing up the loss of Amari Cooper. Yeah. Because schematically it shifts a lot. I will say this though: if they were playing a team with a stronger defensive prowess, I'd be even more concerned. I still think Dallas can get plays based on what we've seen the Bees draw up. I'm leaning on Dallas's ability to effectively run the football to offset the loss of Coop. I think you're going to see a lot of heavy packages to make that happen. 2 guys out in the route. I think what's going to actually help Schultz and CDE get off is the presence of Gallup because he's a deep threat, right? For sure. So, and to open up the middle of the field for Schultz to get his and CD, and if they load the box, then you got a one-on-one with CD on the outside, and I'm loving that. Even though they're probably going to bracket him because you don't have Amari Cooper. That said, I like 34-31 Dallas, and Dallas gets it at the end. Yeah, I
would love to see it that way.
Yeah, I think Dallas gets it at the end. I think Dallas is down late. I think Dallas gets them at the end with a fade to Cedric Wilson for the winning touchdown.
Well, just keep in mind, if it does go to overtime, that Dak has yet to throw an incompletion in overtime in his career. 18 for 18. Just saying.
Nice.
Damn. Now that's a stat I did not know.
0 incompletions
Nice.
for his entire career.
That boy locked in, man.
They don't get more clutch than that, man.
Yeah, that's a damn cold stat. That's hard as hell right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what? One thing I would say with Coop being out, I just think back to the Allen Hearns and the Tavon Austin days when we had nothing back there wide out. We had nothing. At one point, Cole Beasley was the best thing we had back there, and that is scary. To now, we got first world problems with Amari being out and we're still relatively deep at receiver still. I think that is still making me stay steadfast, even losing Amari Cooper. That Cedric Wilson has been balling like Bo Diddley this year, man. And I'm still confident, man. You got Gallup on the outside. Mm-hmm. I think we still have enough, with Dalton Schultz out, that does change things. But I just think we still got enough weapons. I mean, I've seen Aaron Rodgers. That ain't no Aaron Rodgers. Do it with, Nuck and Boom Boom from the practice squad. You know what I'm saying? So it's we still are very wealthy in that capacity, and I optimistically hope we still can do that without a tactician like Mario. I will say that. So I'm still holding steadfast. Maybe to Shaun Smith's thing, I'm hoping and wishing. Maybe that's what's going on. But goddamn it, we know we're putting this jersey on. We do a whole bunch of that on Sunday.
No doubt.
It's in our DNA, goddamn.
Look. The old Rolls Royce song said, "I'm wishing on a star."
Oh,
so wishing on a star. That's what that is.
Thanks. Well, hey guys, man, great show. Anything you want
to man. Talk about? Appreciate y'all in the chat.
And y'all follow Shaun on Twitter. He tweets a lot.
Gotta find him on Twitter.
You gotta follow him on Twitter. It's Shaun with an SHAUN. Let me give you his Twitter handle real quick. It is Autumn SJS90 at Autumn SJS90.
AUTU.
Yeah, AUTU like the season.
Huh?
SJS90 on Twitter.
What kind of goddamn name is that? All right. He there. So y'all follow Shaun, man. He's hilarious, man. I'm gonna troll the shit out of him this year.
Great having him on the show. That was a gem.
He's a real one though, man. He's a real one.
Yeah, bro.
I wasn't ready, man.
Right in line with the straight no chasing motif, bro. That was awesome. And speaking of
straight no chasing, he just had his chief. He had his drinking his chief cup.
Yeah, he did.
I ready to pull it up. Straight no chasing. Yes,
sir.
I got Tito's right here.
Baby. Let's get it in there. There it is.
Hold up, straight no chaser. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. I got one more comment. Let's make sure we get everybody who wants to. He came. He said he came with fire. Absolutely.
Yeah, he did.
Loved it, baby. Loved it. That's what we do out here, man. Appreciate y'all on the chat. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Love y'all to death, man. Keep this train rolling. Go Cowboys.
Chat. All those things help us thrive and get bigger, man. And so I see y'all are staying on longer, and that's dope, man. I'm glad y'all appreciate it.
Love it, man. Love y'all for that.
Yeah, because we want to stay consistent. We give it to you every week, man. And I'm just so glad, these brothers are committed to do this with me. Because as you know, guys, it's so important y'all hit the like button because the Cowboy space is just like, it's oversaturated on YouTube, on Facebook for that matter. Everybody got a Cowboys podcast, but we're trying to bring something different to the table. We bringing in NFL players. We bringing in perspective from guys with a high level of knowledge, entertainment value. We try to give you everything, man. And so, and if the critiques tell us, man, we gonna do it, man. Matter of fact,
we're working on something really, really big. I can't share it just yet, but we're working on something really, really big. All I got to say is it has a bird involved in it, and it ain't for Thanksgiving. I'm just gonna leave it there. So plant the seed, let it marinate, but we'll let y'all know when the time is right.
There you go.
Broadcasting circles, y'all. That would be called a tease.
That's a tease. All right, gentlemen, man. Great show. Thank y'all so much for holding down. Hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe if you're not done so already, man. We're going to keep this train rolling until next time. Let Kendrick Perkins take us to glory, goddamn.
Shout out to Hoop Sharky, man. I'm going to add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoop Sharky. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's going to grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoop Sharky.
Shout out to Hoop Sharky.